बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी। नंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तां सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश। नमा ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिकान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तु ते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
Hare Krishna. Today we are extremely fortunate. We have with us his guest Pavaneswar Prabhu. Pooja has completed BTech from IIT Bombay, and then
It's okay, it's okay.
uh, sorry, he hold master degree in electrical engineering from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. He uh, he did with the honors as a gold medalist in academic distinction, which is very rarely achieved. Prabhuji also teaches Bhakti Shastri course at Shri Shri Radha Gopinath temple. He also teaches Srimad Bhagavatam, especially the cosmology section of the fifth canto. Prabhuji has a deep interest in the cosmology studies as he held as lead him to elaborate, to him design the structure of the whole universe. I do also remember when we were doing Bhakti Shastri and Bhakti Vaibhav. So our Bhakti Vaibhav time, the fifth canto was most struggling for us. And when Prabhuji came, the most struggling part, Prabhuji make it like a cakewalk. Very easy. Also again, Prabhuji came when we were doing Bhakti Shastri before that. So uh, I remember Prabhuji came for Bhagavad Gita and Nectar of Instruction. So it was the topic was very tough, but Poji made it very simple. Poji known for his like answers, question answer like he give exact answer which is very difficult to find out with a proper reference. Let us welcome Prabhuji by loudly chanting Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari. And so amazing like today is the beginning of fifth canto, the very first day.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much to all the devotees for coming to today's morning program. And I would like to express my gratitude to temple authorities for giving me this opportunity to do some small service. So today we are beginning Canto 5, as Prabhuji said. So we'll recite verse 1, text 1. Rajovacha Priyavrto Bhagavata Priyavrto Bhagavata Atmarama Katamune Atmaramaha Katamune Gruhe Ramatayanmulaha गृहे रमतयन्मूलः कर्मबन्धः पराभवः कर्मबन्धः पराभवः राजोवाच प्रियव्रतो भागवत आत्मा रामः कथं मुने गृहे रमतयन्मूलः कर्मबन्धः पराभवः राजोवाच प्रियव्रतो भागवत आत्मा रामः कथं मुने गृहे रमतयन्मूलः कर्मबन्धः पराभवः राजोवाच प्रियव्रतो भागवत आत्मा रामः कथं मुने गृहे रमत यन्मूला कर्मबन्धः पराभवः। राजोवाच प्रियव्रतो भागवत आत्मा रामः कथं मुने गृहे रमत यन्मूलः कर्मबन्धः पराभवः। माताजीस् राजोवाच प्रियव्रतो भागवत आत्मा रामः कथं मुने गृहे रमत यन्मूलः कर्मबन्धः पराभवः। Raja Uvacha, King Parikshit said, Priyavrataha, King Priyavrata, Bhagavataha, the great devotee, Atma Aramaha, who takes pleasure in self-realization, Katam, why, Mune, O great sage, Grihe, at home, Aramata, enjoyed, Yat Moolaha, having which as the root cause, Karma Bandhaha, the bondage of fruitive activities, Parabhavaha, the defeat of one's human mission. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhaya Charnaravinda Bhaktivinoda Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation. King Parikshit inquired from Sukadeva Goswami, O great sage, why did King Priyavrata, who was a great self-realized devotee of the Supreme Lord, remain in household life, which is the root cause of the bondage of karma, fruitive activities, and which defeats the mission of human life? Purport. In the fourth canto, Srila Sukadeva Goswami explains that Narada Muni perfectly instructed King Priyavrata about the mission of human life. The mission of human life is to realize oneself and then gradually to go back home back to Godhead. I will read once again. The mission of human life is to realize oneself and then gradually to go back home back to Godhead. Since Narada Muni instructed the king fully on this subject, why did he again enter household life, which is the main cause of material bondage? Maharaja Parikshit was greatly astonished that King Priyavrata remained in household life, especially since he was not only a self-realized soul, but also a first-class devotee of the Supreme Lord. A devotee actually has no attraction for household life, but surprisingly, King Priyavrata enjoyed household life very much. One may argue, why is it wrong to enjoy household life? The reply is that in household life, one becomes bound by the results of fruitive activities. The essence of household life is sense enjoyment, and as long as one engrosses his mind in working hard for sense enjoyment, one becomes bound by the reactions of fruitive activities. The ignorance of self-realization is the greatest defeat in human life. The human form of life is especially meant for getting out of the bondage of fruitive activities. But as long as one is forgetful of his life's mission and acts like an ordinary animal, eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, he must continue his conditioned life of material existence. Such a life is called Swarupa Vismruti, forgetfulness of one's real constitutional position. Therefore, in Vedic civilization, one is trained in the very beginning of life as a brahmachari. A brahmachari must execute austerities and refrain from sex indulgence. Therefore, if one is completely trained in the principles of brahmacharya, he generally does not enter household life. He is then called Naistika Brahmachari, which indicates total celibacy. King Parikshit was thus astonished that the great King Priyavrata, although trained in the principles of Naistika Brahmacharya, entered household life. The words Bhagavata Aramaha are very significant in this verse. If one is self satisfied as is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is called Bhagavata Aramaha. There are different types of satisfaction. Karmis are satisfied in their fruitive activities. Jnanis are satisfied to merge into the effulgence of Brahman. And devotees are satisfied to engage in Lord's service. The Lord is self satisfied because he is fully opulent, and one who is satisfied by serving the Supreme Lord is called Bhagavata Aramaha. Manushyanam Sahasreshu. Out of many thousands of persons, one may endeavor for liberation, and of many thousands of persons attempting to become liberated, one may achieve liberation from the anxieties of material existence and become self satisfied. Even that satisfaction, however, is not the ultimate satisfaction. The jnanis and karmis have desires, as do the yogis, but devotees have no desire. Satisfaction is the service of the Lord. Sorry. Satisfaction in the service of the Lord is called akama, freedom from desire. And this is the ultimate satisfaction. Therefore, Maharaja Parikshit inquired, how could one who was fully satisfied on the highest platform be satisfied with family life? The word parabhavaha in this verse is also significant. When one is satisfied in family life, he is doomed because he must already have forgotten his relationship with the Supreme Lord. Prahlad Maharaj describes how the activities of family life implicate one more and more. Atmapatam Gruhamanda Kopam. Household life is like a dark well. If one falls into this well, his spiritual death is assured. How Priyavrata Maharaj remained a liberated Paramahamsa even within family life is described in the next verse. Long purport. Hare Krishna. Hearty welcome to all the devotees for today's class, wherein we are beginning the Canto 5. Canto 5 is a very special canto among all the cantos of Bhagavatam. From that matter, every canto is special, but Srimad Bhagavatam is that literature which talks about the pastimes of various avatars of the Supreme Lord, and also the pastimes of various devotees of Supreme Lord. Garuda Purana says in Srimad Bhagavatam there are 100 sections. Shata Vicheda Samyutam. So that means Srimad Bhagavatam talks about 100 pure devotees. How 100 devotees have executed bhakti, attained perfection, and went back to Godhead, and they are showing us the path back to Godhead. Bhakti is nothing but Mahajano Yena Gatasya Panta, traveling on the path of the great devotees. Jai Sri Sri Radha Madhav, Sri Sri Gaur Nitai, Sri Sri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai. So, Mahajana Yena Gatasya Panta, following in the footsteps of great souls. So, like that, 100 great souls pastimes have been narrated in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Among such 100 devotees, Priyavrata is one such a great devotee. Today we'll try to discuss about him. But the reason is, hearing about the various avatars of Supreme Lord, hearing about various devotees of the Supreme Lord, we should come close to the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. Parikshit Maharaj, in his last days, understanding that he is going to die in 7 days by the snake bite of Takshaka, he is hearing the pastimes of all the avatars. From the first day, he was hearing all the pastimes. Almost 3 to 4 days are completed. Still, he says that I want to hear about the pastimes of all the avatars in full. But you already spoke about them elaborately enough. Now, specifically, I want to hear about Lord Krishna's pastimes. Ena enavatarena Bhagavan Adbhuta Karmana. So Supreme Lord appears in various avatars and performs so many wonderful activities. And you have been speaking about all those pastimes. Thank you very much. And don't think that I am feeling hungry. I am feeling thirsty because for the last 4 days, Priyavrata did not accept even a morsel of food, a glass of water. He was fasting completely, abstaining from any kind of intake. He was simply listening to Krishna Katha spoken by Srila Sukadeva Goswami. He says that Karoni Karna Ramyani Manojnani Chana Prabhu. Whatever Krishna Katha you are speaking, they are actually very pleasing to my ears. I want to hear more and more and more about the wonderful activities of the Supreme Lord in his various avatars. But for now, at this point of time, I want to hear the pastimes of Lord Krishna. The reason is, he says that Atanyat api tokasya, Atanyat api Krishnasya toka charitam adbhutam manusham lokam asadya tad jatim anurandata. There are two reasons, Parishit Maharaj says. The first reason is, the Supreme Lord in his various avatars appeared as a huge personality, performed wonderful pastime, awe-inspiring, the great pastime which we can never imagine in our dreams also, and disappeared. For example, take Lord Varaha, starting from Lord Matsya, Lord Kurma, Lord Varaha, Lord Narasimha, Parashurama, Vamana. All these avatars, if you take, they have appeared, performed a wonderful pastime, and disappeared. Their pastimes lasted maybe at max one full day, not more than that. Any avatar you take, not more than one day. But there are two personalities performed elaborate pastimes. One is Lord Rama, other one is Lord Krishna. Lord Rama performed all the pastimes, establishing the highest example. Pleasing to hear, difficult to follow. And mostly his pastimes are all filled with lot of hardships. Going to forest, walking on the pathways without footwear, and eventually losing his wife, searching for his wife, fighting, and they came back. There were rumors all over Ayodhya, again banishing Sita, Mother Sita. His life is full of hardships. Hearing, they are pleasing to hear, but very difficult to follow. But there is one personality, Lord Krishna. He has done unlimited pastimes. But Parishit Maharaj especially says that Toka Charitam Adbhutam. His childhood Leela is very, very, very pleasing. Toka means Bal Leela. Karoti Karna Ramyani Manojnani Chana Prabhu. Please speak about the Bal Leela of Krishna. Enough of hearing all the other elderly pastimes. Because if you see, even Lord Rama was small boy. If you read Ramayana, hardly 10 to 12 slokas explain about his Bala Leela. Nothing is there. In whole Ramayana, in the entire Bala Leela, the most of the portion is talking about the previous history of the previous kings. Lord Rama going after Vishwamitra Muni and traveling in the forest and hearing so many stories about Ganga and this, that, so many things. His childhood Leela is only in 10 slokas, nothing else. He was born and brought up, and four brothers are taken care very nicely, and they became good enough to go to school. They went to school, they studied under Vasishta Muni, and they came back one day. Suddenly Vishwamitra came and took them to forest. By the time they came back, they got married. After marriage, and coronation time came and they went to forest. It is very briefly spoken, but only Lord Krishna's pastimes, Lord Krishna's childhood pastimes are elaborately spoken in the Bhagavatam. Now Parishit Maharaj said that now I want to hear the childhood pastimes of Lord Krishna, nothing else. And that is one reason. Second reason is Tad Jatim Anurandata. That Lord appeared in my family. The Supreme Personality of God, whom all the personalities are worshipping by reciting the Veda mantras. Brahma, Shiva, Indra, Chandra, they are continuously offering Vedas in the glorification of Supreme Lord. He appeared as a small boy in our family. How can I not hear him about him? Please speak about all his childhood pastimes in detail. Don't worry about my hunger and thirst. That was the eagerness of Parishit Maharaj. The vivid example is here in front of us. On one fine day, on one Diwali day, Lord Krishna did one small naughty thing. He broke him yogurt pot. That's all. And Mother Yashoda wanted to bind him. And we are celebrating that one particular Leela for one whole month. On one Diwali, he did this. On another Diwali, the day after Diwali, Diwali day only he told, my dear father, why are you cooking all these wonderful vegetable, wonderful variety of foodstuffs? Nanda Maharaj told, we are doing all these things for pleasing Indra. Why? Because Indra is giving us rain, so we need to reciprocate in return. So Indra is doing his duty. We don't have to worship him elaborately by preparing all these wonderful foodstuffs. Let us worship Govardhan. Whether Indra gives rains or does not matter, but Govardhan is giving us everything. We are cowherd men. Our cows are maintained by Govardhan green grasses. Govardhan is giving us nice waterfalls and green grasses. Let us worship Govardhan. Let us worship cows. Let us worship Brahmanas, not Indra. That pastime also happened just after Diwali. And there is one more pastime happened just after Diwali. Lord Krishna grew up to 6.5 years old. He became qualified enough to take care of the cows. And he was told, please take care of cows. So, till now, Krishna was taking care of the small calves. It was nearby home only. So, Mother Yashoda would always see him. Nanda Maharaj also would always look after him, his well-being and all. Now, Krishna would be going away from home. So, in the forest, there will be Tarni trees, Tarni pathways, etc. Nanda Maharaj prepared footwear for Krishna. In the evening, he told, my dear son, please take this footwear. From tomorrow onwards, you please wear this footwear because you are going into the deep forest. There will be a lot of Tarni bushes and stones and all. Lord Krishna told, my dear father, thank you very much for giving me footwear. Please give the footwear to my cows also. Because I am going with the cows. If I am wearing footwear, if they are not wearing footwear, it is not proper. All the cows also should wear footwear. Nanda Maharaj said, no, I cannot do that. I myself have 900,000 cows. And all my friends have hundreds of thousands of cows. It is very difficult to make footwear for all of them. Nanda Maharaj says that Lord Hari already gave them footwear. Their feet is very solid, they don't require. Krishna says, I don't want, I don't agree that. If Lord Hari makes footwear to the cows, Lord Hari also makes footwear to me also. Why are you giving me extra footwear to me? If you are giving extra footwear to me, give to the cows also. If you are not able to give to the cows, don't give me also. So hearing this, all the cows, the whole night, they went into the forest. They crushed all the land of Vrindavan into powder. Wherever stone pebbles are there, they are all transformed into powder. Wherever Tarni bushes are there, they all became soft green grasses. The entire Rajabhumi transformed into soft cushion bed jaisa. So that Lord Krishna will not have any discomfort. This is the loving reciprocation. The cows are showing for Krishna and Krishna is showing for the cows. This is the affection between Rajavasis and Sri Krishna. So like this entire Kartika month is filled with so many wonderful pastimes connected to Lord Krishna's childhood Leela. So like that, just like the Rajavasis are so wonderful devotees, in the same way, we have so many other devotees about whom Srimad Bhagavatam talks. Page after page, verse after verse, chapter after chapter, section after section. So today, at the beginning of 5th canto, we'll be understanding about Priyavrata Maharaj. In the 4th canto, when he is about to end, Srila Sukadeva Goswami, in one verse, he says that understanding about the nature of the self and the Supreme Lord from Sri Narada Muni, Priyavrata Maharaj again came home, accepted family order, ruled over the entire Bhumandala, and enjoyed in family life. And finally, he went back home, back to Godhead. In one verse, in simple lines, Sukadeva Goswami tells about this. Hearing those things, here Parikshit Maharaj is asking this question. Priyavrata Bhagavata. Priyavrata is one of the Bhagavata devotees, Maha Bhagavata devotee. Atma Rama is self-satisfied. He does not need anything from outside. Katam, how could he come back and accept the entire Bhumandala and rule over the entire Bhumandala and enjoy the kingdom and also enjoy the family, household happiness? Gruhe Aramata Enmula Karma Bandham. From Parikshit Maharaj's point of view, he says that the household order sometimes is the cause of the material bondage in this material world. In spite of knowing that, how could a Atma Rama devotee such as Priyavrata Maharaj came back and accepted the responsibility of the entire Bhumandala and enjoyed ruling the kingdom and enjoyed staying in the family order. So now we will discuss something. The reason and in what context Parikshit Maharaj is asking this question. If we understand that context, you may appreciate what is happening here. The Supreme Lord, after creating unlimited universes, having entered into each and every universe as Garbhodaksha Vishnu, having manifested the lotus from his navel, having made the appearance of Lord Brahma on top of the lotus, having inspired Lord Brahma to transform the lotus into 14 planetary systems, having inspired Lord Brahma to create unlimited variety of living entities, Lord Brahma thought that how long I should continue to create like this by my mystic potency. Let me establish a automatic continued progression of Sushti by creating the mother and father. Lord Brahma's creation of the first couple is Swayambhu Manu and Shatarupa. By creating Swayambhu Manu and Shatarupa, Lord Brahma established the continuation of creation, let it continue automatically by the combination of male and female or mother or father. Before the birth of Swayambhu Manu and Shatarupa, it was all happening by the mystic potency. Brahma was creating all the other entities till then through his mystic potency only. There was no need of mother. The first mother who was born in our universe is Shatarupa. And then through their marriage, they gave birth to 5 children. The first eldest one is Priyavrata. Then Uttanapada, Akuti, Devahuti, Prasuti. Priyavrata and Uttanapada were sent to Gurukula. Their teacher was Srila Narada Muni. And their Gurukul is in Greater Himalayas, in Badrikashram. Badrikashram is also the place of Narada Muni's Gurukula. That is where Priyavrata as well as Uttanapada both studied. Normally, when a child goes to Gurukula, after completing their education, they will come home, get married, and take up the responsibilities of the household order. Priyavrata, though eldest, he stayed back in the Gurukula only. He wanted to continue as a student of Narada Muni in the Gurukula. He stayed back. Uttanapada came home. Generally, the eldest son become the king. After the father, the eldest son become the kings. But the eldest son is staying in the ashram. He decided not to come home. He wanted to continue as a brahmachari in the Gurukul. So Uttanapada was made king. He ruled for some time. After him, Dhruva ruled for some time. After Dhruva, Utkala ruled for some time. After Utkala, Utkala's son, his son, his son, his son, eventually Prachetas, King Anga. He ruled for some time. After Anga, Vena ruled for some time. After Vena, Prutu ruled for some time. After Prutu, Sumati ruled for some time. After Sumati, Prachina Barhi ruled for some time. After Prachina Barhi, the 10 Prachetas ruled for pretty good amount of time. After Prachetas, the 10 Prachetas had one wife. In Shastra, we have 3 examples of polyandry. One woman having multiple husbands. Normally in Shastra, we see so many examples of one man having multiple wives. But there are 3 examples in the entire Shastra that one woman having multiple husbands. The first example was Swada, the daughter of Daksha Prajapati, who married 4 Pitur Devatas. The second example is Marisha, who married 10 Prachetas. The third example is Draupadi, who married 5 Pandavas. So, 10 husbands, one wife, and they had only one son. That one son was Daksha. Previously, Daksha was born as a Manasa Putra of Brahmaji. But he did not welcome Lord Shiva, who was his son-in-law. That time Daksha had 16 daughters. Out of 16, the 16th daughter, the youngest, the smallest daughter was Sati. Generally, father should have a lot of affection for the smallest daughter. Of course, he had. But his father, Brahma, told, please give your small daughter to your son, Lord Shiva. Brahma does not want to give his daughter to Shiva. Any father obviously wanted to give his daughter to a son-in-law who is wealthy. Lord Shiva has zero wealth. He resides in Smashan. His clothes are deer skin and the ash in the Smashan. We have so many decorative items to decorate ourselves. Lord Shiva is so poor, he decorates his body with the ash of Smashan. After burning the dead bodies, whatever ash remained, that was used by Lord Shiva to decorate himself. Daksha was not at all happy to give his daughter to such a poor person. But his father told, so he can't say no, so he gave. But he always having less respect to Lord Shiva. The problem is, one is poor. In spite of being poor, he is more respected than Daksha, who are the richest among all the rich people. Daksha is the richest of all the rich people. Shiva is the poorest of all poor people, and he is getting more respect than himself. And he is my son-in-law. So Daksha always had a kind of tug of war with Lord Shiva. As a result of that, Sati gave up her life. Lord Shiva became angry. He told Veerabhadra, go and kill Daksha. That is a fitting punishment for Daksha. Veerabhadra came and cut off his neck, threw the head into the Yajna. Yajna burnt the head of Daksha. So Brahma running came to Lord Shiva. So my dear Shiva, please don't do like this. Daksha Prajapati, Daksha is the best of all Prajapatis. He should be there. Otherwise, how the universe will run? So please revive him. So Lord Shiva came and there was a goat which was supposed to be sacrificed in the Yajna. So Lord Shiva told, take the head of that goat and offer it to Daksha. So all the sages took the goat head and joined to the rest of the body of Daksha. Daksha got goat head. Yajna completed, everyone went home. Kindly understand, for a wealthy person, for a well-respected person, for a very beautiful person, having a goat head, how does it look like? Can he come out of his inner chambers? How long he will continue to live? Out of shame, he died in no time. Then, after death, he appeared as the son of 10 Prachetas. After Prachetas, now Daksha is supposed to take care of the responsibility of the entire Bhumandala. He is supposed to rule the entire Bhumandala. But Daksha does not want to become the king. He wants to become the original Prajapati. The parents, having entered into Vanaprastha order, they went this side. And Daksha is supposed to become the king. He said, I don't want to become the king. And he went to this side to perform tapasya so that he will become the original Prajapati. Now there is no king. Starting from the beginning of Priyavrata and Uttanapada went to Gurukula, and till now, till the time when Daksha is supposed to become the king, it is almost half the Manvantara period is completed. One Manvantara will continue for 71 Chaturyugas. One Chaturyuga will consist of Satyayuga, Tretayuga, Dwapara and Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years. Dwapara Yuga 2 times. Treta Yuga 3 times. Satya Yuga 4 times. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, 10 times. 43,20,000 years is the duration of one Chaturyuga. And like that, about 36 Chaturyugas time passed. How much it would be? 4.32 million years into 36 times. That much time Priyavrata is in the Gurukul, studying under Narada Muni, performing tapasya. This is beyond our imagination. Hearing such kind of great numbers, people say that your Puranas are all talking about fairy tales. Can anybody live that long? Is it possible? It is very easy to tell like that. But it is possible. People can live like that in the past. May not be in the present, but in the past. He was living for so long. He was continuing in the ashram as a student of Narada Muni for so long. Since there was no one to rule over the kingdom, Swayambhu Manu himself comes to the ashram of Narada Muni and requests his son, my dear son, please come home and take the responsibility of the entire Bhumandala. Priyavrata says, no, no point, I am not coming home. I am happy here. I want to practice bhakti here in the ashram of Narada Muni. I don't want to come home. Then Lord Brahma comes. Lord Brahma says, it is the desire of Supreme Personality of Godhead. You please come home and take care of the entire Bhumandala. Otherwise, the people on the Bhumandala will lose sanity. Since it is the order of the Supreme Lord, Priyavrata agreed to come home. He came home. He married 2 girls. He ruled over the entire Bhumandala for 11 Arbuda years. Not 1 year, 2 years. He already spent 35 to 36 Chaturyugas in the Gurukul. After coming home, he ruled for another 25 Chaturyugas. In total, his lifespan was around 60 Chaturyugas. 60 into 4.32 million years. That was the lifespan of Priyavrata. He is not an ordinary person. Bhagavatam talks about him like this because in the future, very soon you are going to read that he did some amazing activity which only the Supreme Lord can do. But Priyavrata also did because he is such a great devotee. Now, kindly understand, for a person who continued as a brahmachari in the Gurukul for such a long time, 36 Chaturyugas, Parikshit Maharaj asking that, how can he come back home and accept the household order and then enjoy the kingdom, enjoy the kingly opulences? He married to 2 girls and he begot 13 children. And he was enjoying the opulences of the entire Bhumandala like anything for so long. And the most amazing thing that after that, he went back to God in no time, without much hardships. All these things are quite opposite. One who want to stay in the ashram never want to come home, and for one who is attached to worldly opulences, very difficult to go back to God very quickly. All these things are happening in a entirely astonishing way. So please speak about how this can happen. That was the inquiry of Parikshit Maharaj. So now I would like to tell some things. Kindly understand the discussion in between whom it is happening. On one side there is Sukadeva Goswami, completely renounced person. On the other side there is Parikshit Maharaj, who was a king. From Bhagavatam we always understand that the speaker always, even though he may be great soul, puts himself at the lowest person, at the lowest position. Till today, Parikshit Maharaj is a household person. A household person always speaks low about the household order. That is their humility. We need to accept like that. That does not mean that household order itself is very low. Not like that. Household order itself will have its merits. But when a household person speaks in front of a renounced person, he keeps himself as very low and talks about it. That is their greatness. That is their humility. In order to talk about Parikshit Maharaj, Bhagavatam says that Atmajaya Sutagara Pashu Dravina Bandhushu Rajye Cha Vikale Nityam Virudam Mamatam Jaho. Of course, household order is a wonderful ashrama, but there is a great danger. Danger is everywhere. Because the discussion is happening between Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadeva Goswami. When Parikshit Maharaj talks about himself, he talks about, I am in a greatest dangerous position. Obviously, any great devotee talks about himself being in a lowest position. He says that in the household order, a person has great chances of getting attached to material facilities. What are the material facilities? Atma, that means one's own body. A person can become attached to one's own body and bodily comforts, bodily enjoyment. Jaya, one's own wife. Suta, one's own children. Agara, one's own home. Pashu, one's own animals. In the past, animals, in the present, vehicles. Okay? Because in the past, their vehicles are the animals. In the present, we have other motorcycles and all. Atma, Jaya, Suta, Agara, Pashu, Dravina, one's own wealth. Bandhushu, one's friends and relatives. And Rajya. For Parikshit Maharaj, Rajya is a king. For people like us, our job. That is our Rajya. Very easily one become attached to one of these 8 things. These 8 things are in 8 directions. They try to suck us in this material world. When they suck us, we forget the purpose of human life. As Prabhupada says that, actually Prabhupada says here, the purpose of human life is to understand about one's own self and to go back home, back to Godhead. This can be easily forgotten because the household order is like that. Even though it is a very wonderful ashram, but still there is a great danger. It is a cakewalk. It is not a cakewalk. It is actually sharp razor walk. The reason is Shrotavyadini Rajendra Nunam Santi Sahasrasha Apashyatam Atmatattvam Gruheshu Gruhamedinam. The person who forgets the goal of life is understand about Atma and Paramatma. He thinks, I am the Gruha Isha. I am the Lord of my house. I am Lord of my wife. I am Lord of my children. I am Lord of my friends and relatives. I am this, I am that. I am CEO of company. I am this, I am that. So much ego, so much problem is there. All these things, they suck a person. As a result of that, we have thousands of things to do, thousands of things to discuss, thousands of things to hear in this material world. Shrotavyadini Rajendra Nanam Santi Sahasrasha. We have thousands of things to hear about always in this material world. Thousands of things to do always in this material world. As a result of that, what happens? Hayur Arati Vaipumsham Udyan Astav Chayan Nasav. Every rising and setting of the sun will deplete our lifespan by one day. We'll be losing day after day, because we are engaged in thousands of other activities in this material world. The most important activity we forgotten. That is about understanding about ourselves and the Supreme Lord. But for those people who are regularly engaging, whether one may be household or one may be renounced, if they are continuously engaged in serving the Supreme Lord, the rising sun and setting sun does not affect them. Because whether in this life or in the next life, they are serving Supreme Lord only. But on the other hand, if one is simply engaged in one's own enjoyments, does not know when one will get the human life again. Because out of 84 lakh species of life, getting human birth is very rare. Labdva sudurlabhamidam bahusambhavante. After many lifetimes, one attains human life. Somebody may say, okay, no problem. No. Human life is very rare. The rarity of human life is established by fifth canto. The entire fifth canto, the purpose of entire fifth canto is to establish the rarity of human life. One may get birth in the heaven. One may get birth in the upper planetary systems. One may get birth in the lower planetary systems. One may get birth in all other species. But going back home back to Godhead is not possible from all other places. It is possible only in human life. Not that it is not possible, but it is very difficult. Srimad Bhagavatam says that you show to Supreme Lord that, my dear Lord, you have given me one life. This entire life I could engage in your service 24/7 without looking here and there. If you take me to Vaikunta, I will continue to serve you for the rest of eternity. We have to show that example. In this lifetime, I have engaged in your service completely without looking here and there. If you take me to Vaikunta, I can do the same thing for the rest of eternity. The Supreme Lord does not want visitors in Vaikunta. The Supreme Lord only wants those people who want to stay in Vaikunta for the rest of eternity. That's why in the Bhagavad Gita again and again Lord Krishna says, Yad gatva na nivartante. I want only those people who want to stay there eternally in my abode. And that's why he said that those who come to my abode, they will come back. They will never come back. But on the other hand, in the 14 planetary systems, Abrahma Bonaloka Punaravartinu Arjuna. By one's karma, if even one goes to Brahmaloka, Marloka, Janaloka, Swargaloka, Borloka, when their piety is over, they have to come back. And my abode is such a abode, it has a rule. No one will come back. If at all you want to come back, come to my abode, you should have that desire that I don't want to come back. That is the prime most qualification to go to Vaikunta. Vaikunta is only meant for those who don't want to come back. But all the 14 lokas in the material world are meant for those who come back. Now, in order to go to Vaikunta, we have to establish that I can serve you for the rest of eternity. The proof is, in this life I have served you for my entire life. Now, kindly understand. In the heaven, the lifespan is one manvantara. In the upper 4 planetary systems, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, the lifespan is one day of Brahma. One kalpa, 1000 Chaturyugas, 4.32 billion years. In the 7 lower planetary systems, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala, there also the lifespan is one manvantara. Only in Bharata Varsha, the lifespan is less. In Satyayuga, 1 lakh years. In Treta Yuga, 10,000 years. In Dwapara Yuga, 1000 years. In Kali Yuga, at max 100 years. If one can show to the Lord, You have given me 100 years. I am showing you that 100 years I have served you. Please tell me which is the most convenient place to go back home back to Godhead? Huh? Bharata Varsha. And in Bharata Varsha, which Yuga is the most convenient place? Because 100 years only. Dwapara Yuga you have to show the same thing for 1000 years. Treta Yuga for 10,000 years. Satya Yuga for here Priyavrata Maharaj performing bhakti for almost one Manvantara time period. Then only went back to Godhead. Who are the most fortunate people? Kali Yuga people. Then who will be the intelligent person? Who will utilize this opportunity? And fifth canto, the essence of fifth canto is this only. The sum and substance of entire fifth canto is this. My dear sir, even though you may want to go to topmost planet or bottommost planet, wherever you go, everywhere the lifespan is very big. Only Bharata Varsha is the most opportune place where lifespan is very less. Practice bhakti and go back to Godhead. All other places are described as the place of enjoyment. Only Bharata Varsha is described as the place meant for going back home back to Godhead. Because Shastra says that whatever you do in other places, in comparison to that, if you do something here in this material world, in this Bharata Varsha, it will give you 1,000 times better benefit. I'll tell you examples. The first example, Lord Brahma wanted to have darshan of the Supreme Lord Narayana. If one has to have darshan of Supreme Lord Narayana, one had to perform 1,000 Ashwamedha Yajnas in Satyaloka. In Satyaloka, one Ashwamedha Yajna would continue for so many thousands of years. And like that, he has to perform 1,000 times. But Vedas told, if you go to Bharata Varsha, in Bharata Varsha, if you perform the same Ashwamedha Yajna, only one, which is equal to 1,000 Ashwamedha Yajnas, you will attain darshan of Supreme Lord. Brahma came to Kanchipuram, performed one yajna. He had darshan of the Supreme Lord Narayana, Lord Vardharaj. Bhrugumuni went to Vaikunta to test Lord Vishnu. He directly entered in and kicked on the chest of Lord Vishnu. Mother Lakshmi could not do anything. Mother Lakshmi thought that I have parted to this offense of kicking on the chest of my Lord Vishnu. I need to atone. I cannot atone Vaikunta. If she has to atone in Vaikunta, she has to perform tapasya for lakhs of years, course of years. She immediately came down to Kolhapur and she performed tapasya. And searching after Mother Lakshmi, Lord Vishnu came to Tirumala Hills. And today we have Tirupati and Kolhapur. Because of this place. One day, the four Kumaras are speaking the glories of Lord Narasimha. There is a huge assembly. In that assembly, Garuda was sitting. So he spoke about the entire pastime of Lord Narasimha. Suddenly, Garuda got up. Whenever my Lord appears, he takes me along with him. How dare he not take me along with him? Because Lord Narasimha appeared in the evening time, sunset time, appeared from a pillar, killed Hiranyakashipu, accepted the prayers of Prahlad and blessed him and disappeared. 2 muhurtas, not more than that. He was only there for 2 muhurtas time, 1.5 hours. And in other pastimes, Garuda always accompanies. This time Garuda did not come. Garuda said, I want to see the Lord. I want to see my Lord now in this form. Please tell me what should I do? The four Kumaras told, you go to Srishala Kshetra and perform tapasya, you will get the darshan of Lord. Garuda came from Janaloka all the way up to Ahobilam Kshetra and he performed tapasya. In no time, Lord Narasimha appeared and he told, I want to see the entire pastime. Whatever I had for four Kumaras, you show me everything. So Lord Narasimha showed everything from the birth of Prahlada and everything there, appearing from the pillar and everything. And Garuda told, Mera darshan to ho gaya. You gave me darshan, then what about the people in general? You stay here like this. If you go to today Ahobilam, you can see Dvajastamba, Garuda Stamba, the Dvajastamba, from which the pillar, from that Narasimhadev appeared. Ugra Narasimha, Jwala Narasimha, that Ugra Samba, Ugra Narasimha, Jwala Narasimha, Kroda Narasimha, Varaha Narasimha, Nava Narasimha are there. That's how it is. There is one more king, Katvanga Maharaj. Indra requested, my dear king, please come, no one is there to help us. We need to fight with Asuras. Katvanga went and fought, so much time ho gaya. Then eventually, Kartikeya was born. Then Indra told, my dear Katvanga, thank you very much for accepting the role of Senadipati. Commander in chief. Now please take rest. Now our Kartikeya was born, he will be the future commander in chief. So they say that, please ask for a benediction. Other than liberation, anything you ask, we are ready to offer you. Katvanga says, forget about liberation. Please tell me how much lifespan I have in my life. They said, only one muhurta. So please send me to Bharata Varsha. Indra says, your family people are all gone. Lot of time passed. He says, no problem. Please send me to Bharata Varsha. Katvanga came to Bharata Varsha. His capital was Ayodhya. His worshipful deity was Ranganatha Swami. He came from heaven to Ayodhya, sitting in front of Ranganatha Swami in one muhurta, contemplating about the Supreme Lord. He went back to Vaikunta, in which Ranganatha Swami is eternally there. He said, I cannot go back home back to Godhead from Swarga, but I can go back home back to Godhead from Bharata Varsha. He came down to Bharata Varsha, that is to Ayodhya, and looking at the wonderful transcendental form of Ranganatha Swami, he went back to Godhead. That Ranganatha Swami today we have in Ranganatha Kshetra. He is the family deity of Suryavamshiya. This is the glory of Bharata Varsha. Even today, whenever we go to any holy place, our Guru Maharaj say that this holy place is 1,000 times potent than your city where you are living. So please practice bhakti very seriously. That is the glory of Bharata Varsha. That is the glory of human species. It is only a resident of Bharata Varsha, the human species, if they can perform bhakti in one lifetime. If we can show to the Supreme Lord one lifetime that, my dear Lord, please see, I can serve you for the rest of eternity. Please take me to Vaikunta. The Supreme Lord will take that one devotee to Vaikunta. That is what we can understand from this pastime, Damodar Lila. Samatu Svinna Gatraya Visrushta Kamara Sruja. Drishtva Parishramam Deki, Drishtva Parishramam Krishna, Krupayasi Sobandane. Since morning, Mother Yashoda was trying to bind Krishna because he is doing all the naughty things so that she can continue her household affairs. It is afternoon, late in the afternoon, it is about to be evening. Still Krishna was not bound and everything is happening in the open ground. In the month of October, in Vrindavan, it will be very hot and Mother Yashoda's whole body is filled with sweat. And Lord Krishna was looking at Mother Yashoda. Actually, Acharya said that Lord Krishna is not looking at Mother Yashoda. Krishna Krupa. Krishna had unlimited Shaktis. Among them, 16 Shaktis are very important. Among them, one is very, very important. Her name is Krupa Shakti. And Krupa Shakti is requesting Lord Krishna, my dear Krishna, हट मत करो. अभी हो गया, बहुत हो गया. अभी आ जाओ बंधन में. Krupa Shakti is actually demanding Lord Krishna that जो किया बस हो गया, अभी बंधन में आ जाओ. By the request of Krupa Shakti, Lord Krishna came under the bondage of Mother Yashoda. Because Mother Yashoda was intensely endeavoring, forgetting her own comfort. Same way when we perform bhakti, when we attract the attention of Krupa Shakti, she will recommend to Lord Krishna that, my dear Lord, see this devotee is wonderfully endeavoring, please take him back to Vaikunta. Some Acharya says that Krupa Shakti in her personified form is standing there only. Who was that? Srimati Radharani. The Krupa Murti personally standing there because this is a wonderful event. The news is spread everywhere. Everyone assembled in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. Everyone is seeing how Mother Yashoda is trying to bind Krishna. And all the elderly people, younger people, everyone is there. When mothers comes, they bring their children also. So Kirtan came along with Radharani. And Radharani was looking everything. And immediately, seeing at the hard endeavor of Mother Yashoda, Radharani took out her ribbon and gave it to Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda, please use this to tie Krishna. So when Mother Yashoda tied that her Radharani's ribbon to the rope, and immediately Krishna came under bondage. So this is the essence of Damodar Lila. Our practice of bhakti every day, getting up early in the morning, attending Mangalarti and chanting Japa, hearing Bhagavatam and performing so many other services is to attract the attention of Krupa Shakti, otherwise Srimati Radharani Krupa Murti. When they recommend to Krishna, Lord Krishna will consider us as a devotee. And the opportunity is there in Bharata Varsha. And this is the essence of Canto 5. Canto 5 says that why you are worried about performing punya and papa, going to Swarga and Naraka, forget about all these things. You have already attained human life. Practice bhakti and go back home back to Godhead. This is the best opportunity you will never get anywhere in the rest of the world. Because other places, your lifespan is very long. The facilities to enjoy are very difficult to focus on one's bhakti. This is the best place to practice bhakti. Please focus. So these are few words introducing Canto 5. The later speakers will talk about more in detail. So we'll stop here. Hare Krishna. Yeah, couple of minutes we have. We'll take one or two questions. If any devotees have any questions. No questions. Everyone is feeling hungry, I suppose. Okay. If there are no questions, we'll stop here. Granthar, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhakta Vrinda ki.